Hey guys, Jake at TOMS Bronco Parts. So I want to tell you what you have to do to modify the door shells that are out there on the market today. All the door shells come from the same supplier. They're using the tooling, it's the same, but when they were assembling them, the inner shell and the outer skin are pushed to one side, which causes an issue with the fitment of the outer handle and your hinges. So we'll go ahead, show you what we do to modify them here so you guys can do it at home. The issue that we're having with the door shell is the shell is too far forward in comparison to the skin. You can see here the hole for the outer handle does not align properly, and that bolt that goes through actually goes through at an angle rearward, which accentuates the difficulty people are having with the handle. With the handle in place, this outer skin hole, because it's being held off by this inner material, this hole is actually visible even with the handle installed. Partial of the hole is still exposed. I'm gonna flip it over and show you what we have to do to fix this issue. What is causing the issue is the amount of material on the skin here as it's folded over this flange is pushing the shell, the stamped portion of the shell, forward and not allowing these holes to align properly. What I do to fix the problem is I fold this flange up so it's not pinching the shell. I section out about 1/4 inch of this flange, push the shell rearward using a porter power on the inside of the door shell, or you can even just hit it with a hammer. Just make sure you disperse the weight and the load that's being placed on the inside of this shell area, pushing it rearward. Once you do that, after this material is removed, you'll be able to tell that this shell has moved because you can see the material and the gap between where the shell should be all the way forced into this pinch of the skin. As you can see, this gap has opened up, and so that's the amount the actual shell moved rearward. This used to make contact with the skin where it overlapped, and the upper portion of the shell has now moved rearward a little over 1/8 of an inch. If you remember before, in this space here, there was a gap you could see where the shell had a good 1/8 of an inch prior to making contact with the skin. That gap has been taken up and it looks a lot tighter. The holes align much better. Now you can get an outer handle on without having it interfere with the inner material of this shell. You can see here the upper gap between the shell and the skin are touching each other, and as I porta power, after I've opened up and removed some of that material, you'll watch that gap spread apart. And it doesn't take hardly any pressure at all. And now the hole alignment is much better. So we'll go ahead and run a little tack right there, holding the shell outward where it should be.